Hey you guys, what's going on? My name is Reed the Writer. We got to talk about this. My pool of videos that I have to pump out for this weekend, it's getting kind of crazy. I don't have enough time. But I saw a little clip of someone talking about how Netflix has decided to reboot, guess what show? Guess what show? Good Times, because that's what people were asking for. That's literally what the kids are asking for. Didn't you realize that you wanted to see a reboot of a 1970s classic show, The Good Times, to be rebooted for a modern audience? Didn't you know you wanted that? Isn't that what you asked for? Didn't you pray for that since Easter's coming up? No one asked for this. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Like, I hate for my channel to be like this. For me to bring you guys, like, these shows that I found, the shows I didn't like, I liked, this and that. I gotta be honest. Nobody asked for this. Like, this literally came out of nowhere. Nobody asked for a reboot of Good Times. Nobody wanted that. Who's even checking for this? And like, I'm not even being mean. This is not me being mean. I'm thinking about things through the lens of someone who likes to watch content. Someone who, let's just say, like a moviegoer, right? That's how I'm thinking about that. In 2024, what do people truly want to see? And you gotta look at it. What movies are performing well? Doom 2. That's good writing, good storytelling, an adventurous story, action, right? Good writing. That's what people want. Something original, something unique, something different to this audience, to this modern audience. This is what people want. Nobody wants to watch Good Times. And I just don't even believe it's just me. It really cannot just be me. So I saw a creator talking about it last night on TikTok. And I'm going to show you guys the trailer so we can talk about it. And I can tell you all the things, I'll be honest, the things I don't like about this trailer. And I say that as, I know you guys look at me and you guys assume like my race or whatever, you know, all that other stuff. But as a black woman, as an American that's black, I am so sick and tired. Like, I'm tired of watching the demise of my people. I'm so tired of my people being projected as, I don't want to say imbeciles, but we're always being projected as hoodlums, as ratchet, as ghetto, as improper, as uneducated. We get projected as criminals, gangsters, thugs, and in the media, if they can't give us that, they always reduce us back to slavery. And I'm tired of that. And on top of that, black people, we're always poor. Like, we're always poor. We never have a business. None of us are educated. None of us have degrees. All of us are struggling, right? And I think to myself too. I always think to myself, no wonder people, because if you talk to other people of different races, no wonder people of other races who don't have relationships with black people on their own, who haven't pursued relationships with black Americans, have the assumption that blacks, we are dangerous, that we're criminals, that we're scandalous, that we're derogatory, that we love debauchery. That's what we're into, you know? I don't want to say the W word, like whores, but You know, we're promiscuous. Like, we're always in the streets. We're always looking for the next sexual activity. Like, that's like the best of us that they could push out into the media. And I say that for all my people. I'm tired. Like, I truly am. And I've mentioned this in another video. Why can't us as African Americans, why can't we be portrayed as something other than the negativity? Why is it that we must always be dumbed down, downtrodden to the bare bone of being barbaric, of being so instinctual that we live off our cravings and we have no self-control? We lack it. And I'm tired of that. You know, we need, and maybe any producers or writers out there, or any storytellers or screenwriters or directors out there, maybe you'll see this video, but stop doing that to us. Stop portraying us in the absolute worst lighting and thinking that this is okay. This is what Black people want to see. And maybe, yes, I'm saying, I don't want to speak for all Black people. Maybe some Black people are gonna go, yeah, the Good Times trailer, that looks great. That looks perfect. I'm gonna go watch that. That's hilarious. You know, that's great for you. Sure, maybe you like that. But I don't like that perception of all of us. Because that's essentially what happens. We all get portrayed in the same box. And if you don't believe me as a light skin, I'll just share a little story of my own. I had a time where, you know, the job I was working at, I had this guy, me and him were driving together. I was driving the car. And he was like, yeah, you can play your rap music. Go ahead. And he was Caucasian. He was a white guy. I was kind of looking at him going, like, this is, you know, it's not his fault. This is just what people assume. People assume that Black people were athletes, were thugs, were rappers, we're strippers. You know, this is what we do. We're criminals. We're scammers. We're not intelligent. But, you know, when he said that to me, he's like, yeah, right, you can play your rap music in the car. That's fine. I'm like, I don't mind rap music, but, you know, majority of the time, I'm listening to bluegrass. And, you know, currently, I've been playing a lot of Debussy. Like, I listen to a lot of classical music, which would be surprising to a lot of people out there. Like, I was in ballet as a child. You know, I played musical instruments when I was a kid. I played the clarinet for a couple of years. Like, I like classical music, you know? And, you know, other than that, I love listening to instrumentals. Like, if I like a song a lot, I'll listen to instrumentals. But just to subject me to just listen, yeah, play your rap music. But this is what we give them. Like the other races, this is what we give them. This is what we tell the world is through the media. You know, and this is why other races, they think so lowly of us. It's because of the things that's being presented in front of them, which is this show. So, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm normally a person who likes to give things a chance, which is fine, but I don't know. I think where I'm at 2024, I'm tired of just seeing my people shined upon this. I'm tired of us being looked upon this. Like, why can't we, honestly, why can't Black people, why can't we just be magicians? Right? Like, why can't we just be a Jedi? Like, why do we always have to attach ourselves to some type of oppression or abuse? You know what I mean? Why do I have to, if I'm Black and I want to be an actor, why do I have to just get the slave parts? Why do I have to live during, like, Jim Crow? Like, what? You know what I mean? Why? Why does Harpo gotta hit me? Truly, Why do I gotta keep getting beat? Why do I have to be in a toxic relationship with a man who not only abuses me, neglects my children, but also has a side piece in a different family, and my man, he keeps impregnating a whole bunch of other different women? Why does that have to be my storyline? You know, why do I have to be the cheater? Right? Like, why do I have to cheat on my husband who goes to church? Because I can't control myself on a black woman. What? And these are real storylines. How come my man leaves me? Like, why does my man leave me to be with another woman, divorces me, and I got nothing? So I gotta go work. Y'all know what movies I'm talking about. Like, I'm not calling out Tyler Perry, but why do I gotta go work at the diner and be poor? Like, you know, and I was married. Right? Like, what is this? What is this struggle love? Why do I gotta be in the projects? I don't want to be in the projects. Like, I'm really calling stuff out, but why can't we just be cops and sheriffs? Why can't I be a bounty hunter? Like, why can't I just do that? Like, I might even mess around with Acculite, because at least in Disney, at least at Star Wars, at least they have, you know, their intention behind it. It's like, yeah, we gotta do the DEI type stuff, but at least they're putting black people in different roles. But like with this mess, it's like, no, you're gonna, excuse me, you gotta be nigga. Like, what? Why? Why do I gotta be a gangster? Why is that my only job? Why do I have to apply to be a gangster? I don't want to sell crack. Like, you feel me? I'm about to get up. I'm mad, y'all. I'm really mad about that. Like, you know, why do I have to be ratchet? Why do I have to talk in ebonics? Why do I have to have like a ghetto southern inflection tone? What? Why can't I be prestigious? Right? Why can't I be on the dean's list? Like, what are those stories? Why can't a black woman be pursuing being a lawyer? Why can't we be a Clueless type situation? Or Legally Blonde, but make that for a black girl? Why can't we do that? Why do we have to do this? Why do I gotta be the street? You know, why does my ass gotta be out? It's cold, I don't got no ass. But these are the roles that they keep throwing at us. Before I show you guys the trailer, but I want us as a society, especially here in America, because these are all American-based shows, how come we can't make shows like we did back in the day? I'm gonna do a pause when I say the name of the show, because like, you have to want to pause, but the Bill Cosby Show. Pause. Pause. A petty pause on the Bill Cosby part, but the Bill Cosby Show. He was a doctor. What? You know? They weren't poor. They lived in a nice, like, the brownstone buildings. Like, I can't remember if it was New York or wherever, but, you know, they were fine. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, Uncle Phil was, what? He was a lawyer. And he was rich. They lived in Bel-Air. They lived in a mansion. That was the whole song. Will Smith, Fresh Prince, left Philadelphia, born and raised, to go be in a mansion in Bel-Air. And Carlton was smart. They were going to private school. Why can't we have shows like that? You know, even we go to Family Matters. You know, the Winslows, the dad, he was a cop. He had a good job. He had a great family. There was a husband in the home. There was a wife. There were kids. Everyone was balanced. The problems that they did have were universal, normal problems. It wasn't, oh my gosh, somebody got pregnant on the show. What? No, it was literally Urkel wanting to, you know, get with the girl. Him drinking the special syrup, the serum, and becoming, I can't remember the name of the character. I'll just throw it. It's been a long time since I've watched Family Matters. But yeah, you know what I mean? Why can't we get some of that? Or My Wife and Kids. My Wife and Kids. Michael, the dad in the family, had a trucking business. He hired people. He hired his son, Michael Jr. Where are those black shows? I don't know what's going on now. Like, all of a sudden, like, we're getting all this, like, this tomfoolery. And the last one I'll bring up is a show that really should have been rebooted, was Boondocks. I love that show. Bring back Regina King. Bring back those writers. That's what we want. We want shows, especially in Boondocks. The two main characters were making fun of Black society and all the stereotypes, and then they did such a cool job of pointing out all the problems within the Black community and highlighting things that it brought up great conversations for the viewers to have, especially Black people. I always go back to Boondocks, especially what's going on in like social media now and in the world. You know, like Gangsterlicious, stuff like that. That's what we need. We need conscious Black shows. Shoot, let's even go further back. Cause it was not In Living Color. Wait, let me do a pause here. What show was it? It was, who was in that show? Let me see, maybe I won't remember it. In Living Color. Nah, it wasn't In Living Color, it was another one. Golly, that's gonna kill me. Not Living Single. It was another Black show, but I can't remember the name of it. Ah, it's really gonna kill me. But it was a show where there was a whole bunch of Black people. It's really gonna kill me. I should know the name of this. But it was a whole bunch of Black people, and they were all going to college. Let me look that up. Let me do a pause right here. Black show, everyone, college. Because I can remember the name of the actors and actresses. Not College Hill. Nah, not Dear White People. Dear White People. No, not that. It's gonna kill me. I'll put an image right here so you guys can like look at it. But that's what I want. That's what I want. So let's watch this trailer. And for those of you who don't know what Good Times is, before I even show you the trailer, Good Times came out in the 70s. Long before I was here. It came out on February 8th, 1974. And the show ended in 1979. And the synopsis of the show was about a family, right? Where we had Florida and James Evans. And James' name was renamed as Henry. They had 3 children. I know the most popular one is JJ, and another character in there was Janet Jackson. She was in that show. And this is the synopsis of the show on Wikipedia. So check this out. So they live in an apartment on 17C in a public housing project in a poor Black neighborhood in the inner city Chicago, right? The project is unnamed on the show, but is implicity that the infamous, it's just going over like the things. But yeah, it's basically the show is about a family that lives in the projects. And this family, there's some really good episodes, but this family, the portrayal of it is of Black struggle. Essentially what it is, being poor, struggling to pay bills, struggling to have money, struggling to go anywhere, struggling to have a life. Even in the show when they were having wins, like they were on a roll or something positive was happening, it was always a negative to slash them back down. But that was the time, that was the 70s. And the show was extremely popular in the day and age that it came out of. And there's some beautiful things about the show. It's really about family and being together, but the emphasis was on poverty in that show, and you could feel it. And I believe with Good Times, I'm not saying it's a horrible show. I grew up watching it. My father would play it when we were at home when I was a little girl on the weekends. My dad loved watching Good Times, as he did like other shows. But that show, Good Times, it came out of an era in the 70s. You gotta think about what was happening in the 70s for Black people. So it fit that mantra, it fit that time, it fit that era. We're in 2024. We, majority Black people, don't want that anymore. We don't feel that. We don't feel the Black struggle. But yet, it's propagated. It's what is continually put in front of us. And I'm tired. Like I said, I really am. I'm tired of it. Even the show is good, it could be, could not be. I'm so sick of just that stereotype. And that's what the trailer looked like to me. I also want to mention that the new show, Good Times, it's going to be executive produced by Seth MacFarlane and Steph Curry. Steph Curry, that's crazy. But yeah, it's Seth MacFarlane. And Seth MacFarlane is known for making The Cleveland Show and also for making Family Guy. Family Guy is a great show. Like, I actually like Family Guy. The Cleveland Show got canceled. It just didn't do well. But why this? I just, you know, it's just... They could have made anything. They really could have done anything, but... This is the route that they chose to give us. Alright, so let's watch the trailer. Get ready for it. And this is just me being blunt, you guys. We're just gonna talk about the trailer afterwards, too. Okay? I'm gonna put it on the screen. It's gonna go right here.
Important news.
Let me guess. The state called and they want to cut you a disability check for your face. Hold up. You can get paid for that?
This is from a fool who stares at his orange juice every morning.
It says concentrate on the box. Who the dummy now? Shit. Me for not wearing a condom. Woo! Shadows fall over my heart. It all started with my grandfather, James Evans. My job as the man of this house is to take care of this family no matter what.
I just want to let you know I'm going to take good care of Gray.
Who is this I'm about to kill?
Juan, my boyfriend. Daddy, let him go.
Baby, she come with me.
Junior's repeating the 10th grade for the 3rd time.
Is there anything you can suggest to help him get to the drive-thru?
Can you do OnlyFans? Take off your shoes. Let me see what kind of feet you working with.
I'll take you to the dark side.
Dear Black Heavenly Father, College Redeemer, if you could just help us.
Son, it's for you.
New phone. Who this?
Black, everything. At least they ain't got that drug dealing baby under my roof no more.
Man, my mouth ready for some milk right now.
Dalvin, why are you so breast obsessed?
It's childish, man.
Bruh, I'm a baby. I can't get no more childish than that.
In a nocturnal state of mind.
Your neighborhood is a real shithole. It's the system. They put the guns and drugs on the streets.
Underneath this black sky. This is getting dangerous. I won't just sit back and let you put yourself in harm's way. I love you too very much. Everything black.
The revolution will not be televised.
Come on, Rosa Parks, can't you just enjoy this? Black sky, black light, black everything.
We're just as good as the Evans of old.
Isn't that just dynamite?
But the truth is, we're the Evans of new.
Bitch, you look like money. Everything black. What about the struggle?
We're black. It'll be here tomorrow.
Everything black, black bird, black
News.
Why? Why? Black everything, black world, like what? Why? 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 Just why? Praying to Black Jesus. Black Jesus is playing a video game, answering a phone call. Another part. Got that drug dealing baby out of my roof, under my roof. Drug dealer. Sex, cussing, assault, rat, poverty. It's like I said, gang violence. They had an apartment next to another apartment. Put a box of guns, because you know black people, you put a box of guns in front of us, we're gonna shoot each other out the apartment. Because that's what we do. We can't control ourselves. That's what we do. We like to shoot everybody. We shoot everything up. God, what? What is this? And especially with Good Times. I encourage you guys to go watch Good Times. It is a lot of struggle love, struggle life, but this. And they're in the projects? Why do we gotta keep being in the projects, you guys? Why is it that we gotta only just be in the projects? Sex, boobs. Then I say that, boobs. You got strippers. You got the baby selling drugs. You had a hoe next to the guy who was buying the drugs from the babies, and her breast was sitting out with the seatbelt on it. That's great. The government was in there and planting drugs and guns for us black people. That's all we do. That's what we're known for. Come on. On top of that, the baby stroller had hydraulics, because, you know, black people, we waste our money, all of it, on hydraulics and pimping out our cars, and we don't take care of our kids. You know, like the father said, I should have wore a condom. Like, that's what it is. We don't plan nothing. We just be having a whole bunch of 30, 50,000 kids, and we pray to Black Jesus for him to help us. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is like something. And Black Power, because, you know, BLM, they care about us. They really do. They don't take their money and invest it in homes for themselves. It goes right back into the black community. Like, it really, like, what is, I'm telling you guys, it's just, you know, every stereotype you can think about being black, I see it right there in that trailer, and this is what the show would be. Sex, drugs, money. Saw the dad in this the trailer, overweight, because, you know, black people, we can't control our appetites. We all have diabetes. We're all fat. You know, we're oppressed. Black Power. It's like the little ending clip too. It was like, what about the struggle? Since we're black, there's always a struggle being black. And she says, the struggle will be there tomorrow because we're black. That's all we do. None of us are millionaires. None of us are billionaires. You know, none of us live better. We all live in the projects. If you didn't know that, black people, we all live in the projects. We're all poor. Come on. Like, why, Netflix? And of all things, instead of calling this Good Times, like this is a reboot, because I think to me this makes a mockery of Good Times. What the show essentially was about, family and coming together. And it was struggle love on Good Times, but the essence of the show was truly about family and bettering and education and getting out of poverty. It was a whole bunch of struggle, but it's just, you know what I mean? There's more to it. There's more layers to the show. But this, to me, looks like something completely different. Why make a reboot of the Good Times? Of Good Times, I mean. Why not just make an independent show about the hood? If that was just a different show, like if this show was just called Project 707, like the area code, I don't know, I'm just making up an area code, I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have cared. I would have looked over this and said whatever. But knowing that Netflix decided to make a reboot of the Good Times, and one of the executive producers is Seth MacFarlane, because Seth MacFarlane's black, y'all. This guy made the Cleveland Show. If you guys go back and watch the Cleveland Show, so many black stipulations were put in there. So many black stereotypes. The guy even who played Cleveland wasn't even black. The actor? I don't know. I'm just tired. I really am. I'm just... Why? Why do that to us? And why is it always black people? It's always black people. Like, we always get this box. I don't want us to be in this box anymore. Truly, to any writers out there, please, could you make us anything but a stereotype or a slave? Or we're dealing with something to do with Jim Crow or oppression or Malcolm X or Martin Luther King and the struggle, or something based off Emmett Till or KKK. Are there not any other stories about black people, even if it's historic, that can be told? What about the Moors? I just studied that. I'm studying them right now. There's a book I just ordered. Why can't there be movies about the Moors? You know? Why can't there be movies about Africa? Like, just historic movies. Why can't we have just normal stories of just normal black families? Because I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up in the projects. I know a lot of black people do. I'm not taking away from their life, but why is it the only stories we see are just the ones where we're being oppressed, or we're slimy, we're thugs, we're criminals, we're cheaters, we have multiple kids, we don't take care of ourselves, we're out of shape, we're overweight, we're thick, none of us work out, all the men are overweight and didn't really want their kids or don't have a relationship with their kids, you know what I mean? And maybe the show doesn't portray all that, but just from what I'm seeing based off the trailer, come on, y'all, drugs, black power. This is kind of reminding me of Proud Family too. The Proud Family that came out from Disney like last year. It completely diverted from what Proud Family used to be in the early 2000s. This isn't Good Times. This is something else. This is something else. I'm talking a lot, y'all, but just, I'm sick of it. Like I said, if you are going to be a writer in the future, or you want to be a director or anything, or you're black and you want to get into that sphere, if you can do me a favor, write stories about black heroes. Write stories about black people being ghost hunters. Like, that would be kick-ass. Like, what was it? The American Society of Negroes? That could have been really cool. A black Harry Potter? What? You know, what? You know, black people of Wizards of Waverly Place? That would have been fire. Some black wizards? What? Sign me up. Sign me up for that. I'll pay for that. I'll go to the movies to go watch that. Like, you know what I mean? What about some black firefighters? That's a great show idea. That's a great movie idea. What about a black chef who wants to start a restaurant? That sounds cool to me, but he starts a restaurant in Switzerland or something. And he wants to cook seafood or soul food and bring it to a different area. Sure, why not? You know, why can't we have like a normal black superhero? Just like black superhero stuff. What about a black billionaire and a woman who is who works at a coffee shop, and she falls in love with him, and like by midnight he turns into a bear? I don't know, right? But they're all black. What about that? Like a Beauty and the Beast, but with black people. But it's original story. What about a black person who's a knight, who saves a young lady trapped in a tower, like something like Shrek, right? And he's black. Why can't we just do normal stuff? Why can't we? All the white people get to do stuff like that. Why can't we do stuff like that? You know? How come we can't do that? Why can't we be crime solvers? Why do we gotta be tied to oppression? You know, why does there have to be a white boss over us, telling us what to do, or taking away our rights? You know, why do we always have to be stuck to those time periods or those storylines? Sue me, I don't care. Sue me. These are my thoughts. If you're gonna, I might watch an episode. I may not, just because just from what I've seen. Seth MacFarlane, Steph Curry, it's super random, whatever. I don't know. Bring back Boondocks. Bring back Boondocks. Truly, bring back Boondocks. This show drops on April the 12th. I might mess around and watch an episode and come back and do a review on it, but I promise you guys, I feel like I already know the show, just based off the trailer. And I know me watching it, it's not going to be like everyone hates Chris, or it's not going to be Family Matters, or it's not going to be a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, it's not going to be Bill Cosby Pause. You know, where everyone's educated and they're rising up the ranks and they go to public schooling, and we're in the projects. We're poor. The struggle is going to be here tomorrow for black people. I don't know. I'll see you guys for the next video. do what you wish with this in this trailer. I don't know. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you back again.